You want to know the truth about opals? Here it is. The world's most mysterious gemstone hides its fortune in plain sight, and most people would not know $1 million stone if it winked at them from a muddy creek. For every opal that dazzles in a jeweler's case, there are 100 more tossed aside as bad luck or just a rock. Stick with me, and I will show you how to spot the difference before someone else cashes in on your ignorance. Professional gem hunters know something you do not. Opals are the ultimate test of patience, nerve, and a sharp eye. They are not just pretty stones, they are geological riddles shaped by ancient seas, volcanic fire, and the slow secret work of water. Some are rarer than diamonds, and a single find can change your life. By the end of this video, you will never look at a creek bed, a dusty hillside, or even your grandmother's jewelry box the same way again. Let's start with the stone that fools more prospectors than any other. Picture a lump of grayish rock, pitted and rough, like a chunk of old asphalt pried from a country road. It's heavy for its size, but nothing about it says treasure. Most folks would toss it aside, thinking it's just another piece of potch, worthless opal with no color. But inside, if you slice it just right, you might find the world's most valuable secret: black opal. Black opal is the king of opals, and Lightning Ridge in Australia is its throne. These stones form in the ancient sedimentary layers of the Great Australian Basin, where silica-rich water once seeped into the voids left by decaying fossils. Over millions of years, those voids filled with microscopic silica spheres, packed so tightly that when light hits them, it explodes into a riot of color: red, green, blue, and every shade in between. But here's the trick: the body tone is everything. True black opal has a dark, almost midnight blue or charcoal base, which makes the play of color leap out like fireworks against a night sky. How do you spot it? Look for a stone that feels dense, with a waxy luster when wet. The outside might show a hint of blue or green, but the real test is the cut. If you see a pattern, harlequin, flagstone, or even the rare Chinese writing, you're holding a fortune. The best stones are at least 2 millimeters thick, with a smooth dome and no visible cracks. And the value? Top Lightning Ridge, black opals can fetch $5,000 to $30,000 per carat, with record specimens breaking $500,000 at auction. This is what nature hides from the impatient. But don't get comfortable. The next stone is a trickster, fiery, seductive, and often misunderstood. Imagine a pebble the color of a desert sunset, orange, red, or golden yellow, glowing from within like a coal. It is smooth, sometimes almost glassy, and if you hold it to the light, you might see right through it. This is fire opal, the pride of Mexico's volcanic heartland. Fire opals form in the cavities of ancient lava flows, where water dissolves silica from the rock and redeposits it in hidden pockets. Unlike their Australian cousins, most fire opals do not show play of color. Instead, their value comes from the intensity and purity of their body color. Clear, saturated orange to red is the holy grail. The best stones are transparent, flawless, and can be faceted like diamonds. Identification? Look for a stone that is lighter than it looks, with a jelly-like clarity and a color that seems to burn from within. If you are lucky enough to find one with flashes of green or blue, you have hit the jackpot. Those rare specimens can command $1,000 or more per carat. But even a good, clean cabochon can bring $100 to $300 per carat. In the world of opals, fire is its own reward. And just when you think you have seen it all, the next stone rewrites the rules. Because in the highlands of Ethiopia, a new kind of opal is changing the game. Picture a rough, chalky nodule, pale as bone, with a surface that looks like dried mud. It is light, almost fragile, and if you drop it in water, something strange happens. It turns transparent, and colors bloom inside, like a living rainbow. This is Ethiopian hydrophane opal, and it is the most unpredictable gemstone on Earth. These opals form in volcanic tuffs, layers of ash, and pumice laid down by ancient eruptions. The secret is their hydrophane nature. The stone is porous, so it absorbs water, and that changes its appearance. Some stones go from milky white to crystal clear, revealing play of color patterns you would never see when the stone is dry. The best Ethiopian opals come from Wollo province. They can show honeycomb, digit, or even dragon skin patterns, unique to this region. For identification, try the water test. A real hydrophane opal will absorb a drop of water and change before your eyes. But beware, these stones are sensitive to dehydration and can crack if they dry too fast. Value varies. High-grade Ethiopian opals can fetch $50 to $1,000 per carat, with rare patterns commanding a premium. In the right hands, a $20 stone can become a collector's prize. This is a stone that rewards the curious and punishes the careless. And here is where I give you the trade secret most jewelers will not admit. The world is full of opal fakes, treatments, and outright scams. So if you want more locations, more insider tips, and the real protocols for separating fortune from fool's gold, subscribe right now. The next stone is the one that haunts the superstitious and that made and broke empires. Let us talk about the opal's curse. For centuries, opals were the luckiest stones in the world. Romans called them the Queen of Gems, and Arab legends said they fell from the sky in lightning storms. But in 1829, a single novel, Sir Walter Scott's Anne of Geierstein, turned the tide. Suddenly, opals were blamed for bad luck, broken marriages, and even death. Sales collapsed, and fortunes were lost overnight. But here is the truth. The bad luck myth is pure fiction, born from Victorian anxiety and the stone's own fragility. Opals are brittle, sensitive to heat and chemicals, and can lose their fire if mistreated. That is not a curse. It is a warning. Treat them with respect, and they will outshine any diamond. Ignore the old wives' tales, and you will see what royalty and emperors saw. A stone that holds every color of the rainbow and every secret of the earth. But if you want to know the real power of opal, you have to understand its place in the calendar. October is the opal's month, and for those born under its sign, the stone is more than a gem. It's a talisman. In ancient Rome, opal was a symbol of hope and love. In the Middle Ages, it was believed to grant invisibility and protect against disease. Today, opal is the official birthstone for October, sharing the honor with tourmaline. But only opal carries the legend of transformation. It is said to enhance creativity, heal emotional wounds, and connect the wearer to higher realms. In Vedic astrology, opal is linked to Venus, the planet of beauty and desire. So, if you are born in October, or you just want to channel its energy, wear your opal with pride. The world's greatest fortunes have been built on the courage to defy superstition. Start with the scratch test. Opal has a Mohs hardness of 5.5 to 6.5, so it should scratch glass, but not quartz. Use a drop of water. If the stone absorbs it and changes appearance, you are likely holding a hydrophane opal from Ethiopia. Shine a UV light. Most opals are inert, but some may fluoresce faintly. For specific gravity, weigh the stone in air and then in water. Opals typically range from 1.98 to 2.25. Also always check for doublets and triplets, which are assembled stones with a thin opal layer glued to a backing. Look for a visible line or a glassy surface. If you are serious, invest in a refractometer. Opals have a refractive index of 1.37 to 1.52, But the best test is the eye of experience. Learn the patterns, the luster, and the feel of a real opal. That is what separates the pros from the amateurs. Care is everything. Opals are fragile. Never use ultrasonic cleaners, steam, or harsh chemicals. Clean them with warm, soapy water and a soft cloth. Store opals in a padded box, away from heat and sunlight. If you live in a dry climate, keep a damp cloth nearby to prevent dehydration. Remove opal jewelry before chores, sports, or exposure to perfumes and lotions. Bezel settings offer the best protection. If an opal dulls or cracks, see a professional. Some damage can be polished out, but deep crazing is forever. Prevention is your best investment. Let's bring it home with the story that proves the stakes. In Lightning Ridge, a miner once spent years digging through worthless potch, living on hope and black tea. One day, he hit a seam no wider than his thumb. Inside was a nodule, dull, gray, and unremarkable. But when he cut it open, the stone flashed with every color imaginable, in a perfect harlequin pattern. That single opal sold for over $1 million, changing his life overnight. The lesson? Nature hides its fortunes in the most unlikely places, and only those who look beyond the surface will ever find them. You now possess the knowledge of a pro. The difference between a doorstop and a fortune is just knowledge. So next time you see a dull stone in the dirt, remember, the world's greatest treasures lie there for knowing eyes to see.